All right, so the bar's been set. Legendary. I'm going to kind of give you a bit of a hybrid presentation here. So one of the big challenges that we all face in our service sectors, really any business at this point, is talent. Your manager, you know what I'm talking about. There's a talent drain, right? So I call this category, this is a follow-up actually from last year. We did a piece on this particular category, gray collar. And let me explain to you gray collar. So we have your blue collar trades, and you have the white collar professions. And there's this bit of a hybrid that's occurring. The industry stigmas of these blue collar trades are not attracting the next level talent. So they have some serious perception issues in their industry. And so anyone who calls on HVAC, plumbing, electrical, solar, home installation, any of those products, one of the biggest objections you get is, we'd love to advertise, but we're at capacity. We don't have the right people. So I'm going to give you some numbers to think about, and these are all just going to we're going to just push that point hard, and then I'm going to give you a case study. And it's a unique case study. It's from a community college, a vocational school, assisting those local businesses. So, qualified worker shortage. This is one of the big issues that they deal with. There's an increase in wage, and that onboarding time is taking longer and longer. So, over the last few years, it's really been a poach game. I actually carry around, there's a large group I worked with over in the West Coast, and they have a signing bonus. Most of these guys in your marketplaces use some form of a signing bonus. And you bring on an employee, they do the signing bonus, they were clearly poached from some other competitor because they already have their credentials. They're past the journeyman stage, they may be fully licensed. They can get them right across the street and start working right away with a signing bonus. And then when that signing bonus probationary period or contract base ends, another company has a signing bonus. And it's a death cycle, right? They're popping from place to place to place. So one of the things that we've been hearing a lot from our presenters, our guest speakers, is culture and process. So the culture of the company is really, really important. And in today's, the millennial talent, they like a good culture. The blue line is what we're looking at here, right? So bachelor's degree or higher, white collar mentality. Less than high school diplomas, no education. When there's a good space, there's more opportunity. As that space is coming down, the opportunity is shrinking. So it's the perception of this trade that's really, really struggling. So here's a new approach that I want you to think about, and then I'm going to let this mobile guest speaker tell you the success story, the case study that we worked on. I'm going to show you their creative, and then they're going to give you their metrics. So and he's going to do via video here his background. We just talked about that. All right, here you go.
Hello, my name is Kevin Athey. I'm the Marketing Communications Manager at the Northwest College of Construction, and today I'm going to briefly go through how we were able to use streaming advertisements to reach the right audience. A little bit of a recap of the Northwest College of Construction. We are a trade school located in Portland, Oregon, and we offer 8 different apprenticeship programs: carpentry, concrete finishing, heavy equipment operations, HVAC, sheet metal, laborers, brick masonry, and sign hangers. Our apprenticeship programs, how they work here, they are a 100% free opportunity. This allows our apprentices to graduate debt-free instead of going to get a degree 4 years and be thousands of dollars in debt. They have the opportunity to graduate without any payments whatsoever. There's also an opportunity where you can earn as you learn. First thing we do for our applicants is we place them in a job. This also is different from a degree, as instead of getting your training to get a job, you are out on the job getting paid while you learn. It offers the ability to obtain a Journey Workers Card, which is the industry equivalent to a bachelor's degree, which is what we like to say. And they are 2 to 4 year programs.
Okay, so there's the value proposition. There's a big income transparency or, again, perception issue with these trades. So there's a few points he made in the intro there. How much does it cost to go there? It's free. And then when you're done, you have a job that pays really well. Pretty simple concept. And when you look at this scale, there's a perception issue with how much did I pay to get to my earning, as opposed to I get paid right now and make more as I go. So we have to really be clear in our messaging about this particular offer point. A couple things he also mentioned there in their unique selling proposition is their training programs, career development apprenticeships. We skipped through this one a little bit too fast, and then mentoring programs.
So first thing we have to look at when we're trying to find the right audience is our demographic. Who are we trying to reach? For us, it's that 25 to 35 years of age. They have a lower income. They might be stuck in what they would call a dead-end job. This might be retail. They might be a barista getting paid $11 to $12 an hour with nowhere to move up, and they feel stuck. We also have people who tried to get a degree and it didn't work out. They went to school and decided they don't want to do that, but they still want to have a career where they can make a lot of money. And these people are, because we are talking about streaming ads, they're cable cutters. A lot of the 25 to 35-year-olds we have here don't buy a cable package. They're getting their content through streaming and through apps. Now, there are some industry stereotypes, some hurdles in our pathway of reaching this demographic. One of those is that construction is a last-ditch effort when you can't do anything else. And this is just not true. Construction is absolutely a viable career option where you can make a lot of money and really grow and make something of yourself. And we've also heard that people don't believe it's actually free. So we want to make sure in our message that we communicate this is a free opportunity.
Here's the message.
Are you looking for a new job?
The first thing they did
The first thing they did
was get me a job with the contractor.
Apply online to Northwest College of Construction today and get a free education with a guaranteed job.
I still can't believe it was free.
Can you believe my education was free?
I'm debt-free.
With a great job, and it's all thanks to the Northwest College of Construction.
Orientation is this Monday. Register now at nwcoc.com and take the first step into a high-paying career.
All right, so I think earlier this week we saw another commercial. Right. The message is not buried, right? It's really obvious what they offer. Free, job, right away. Orientation classes start when? There we go. It's a retail message. Yeah. You might be onto something. Here's the results.
Now, looking back at the results of this campaign, we saw a decreased cost per applicant registration from $162 to $65. Increased orientation registrations from 50 to 60 a month to 85 to 95 a month, with October reaching 109 in 1 month. Increased orientation attendance from 30 to 35% to 40 45%. And increased website visits from 150 to 160 daily visits to 250 to 300 daily visits. So what do these results mean? Looking at the data, it means we were reaching the right people. the right audience that would respond to our advertisement the way we want them to. That don't just see a commercial they like, but see an advertisement for a product they want to pursue.
Okay, so this is a campaign. I'll give you the backstory when we first met. He's a younger gentleman, as you can tell by his voice, part of a marketing team, and they were buying radio, they were buying broadcast and print. They were doing some social media, but not a lot of activation through social media, more content-based. They didn't have a plan, though. So there was really no strategy. They were just buying packages. They had a partnership, obviously at the competitive station, and it wasn't doing anything. So when we switched the plan, we started to talk about their target, who they really, really wanted. This is a 100% streaming and social media campaign. There was no broadcast involved in those results. So I wanted to share that with you for two reasons. Okay, so we don't hear those very often as a standalone. Their demographics are 25 to 35-year-olds for this particular program. So our follow-up meetings is the next step. We talk a lot about phases. How do we phase this process? So now, when you heard those stats, I met with him when I was back in town in December. I think it was the last time I was out in Portland. He said, we're really good at our entry programs. We're getting so much results. We're actually maxed out now in those entry programs. What are your challenges? Management programs, supervisor programs. It's the next phase up. Guess how old they are? They're just a little bit older. Mid-40s, early 50s. And so talking to them about how we use certain media to target certain demographics and then changing the message appropriately. So the push for later this spring is going to be their supervisor programs, talking to an older consumer and switching them out of positions or maybe corporate entities where they don't have that freedom. And we're going to use broadcast as well as streaming and social platforms. So this category has a lot of opportunities. Have you dug into the vocational schools, the trade schools in your marketplaces? And then go to your providers and ask how they are training people. A lot of the bigger providers have their own internal training schools. You get into those 80, 100 truck operations, their buildings are mega. And in the back of those buildings, there's classrooms. They could create their own version of this exact same style of a campaign. That's gray collar. Adam, I believe, is coming up next.